So today we are going to talk a little more about this new transmitter I have, or this new radio I have from Graupner, this MC 32 EX. I have used it for several hours now, and I think I got more experience with it. So there are maybe more honest review or based on more knowledge. So let's open it, and here you can see the first thing that annoys me. You can see when you open it, things are dropping out. I hate this. I don't like that. This stuff is falling out of the suitcase every time. Of course I can glue it together, but is this supposed to be for a transmitter of this price? Drops out all the time. Okay, so let's have a further look at the transmitter. There are definitely things on this transmitter which I don't like and which I want to share with you, because I think it's not okay for this premium price I paid for it. I'm sorry to say it, so let's go to it. Yeah, you saw the first is when you open the suitcase, the things are dropping out of the cover portion. But let's come to something that really annoys me here. This is the part here. You have some small screws here where my finger is. And oh my god, they are annoying. And this is just where you are having your fingers. So when you can definitely feel these small screw heads here. I think this is just poorly designed, or something went wrong here. Maybe the screws are too long, I don't know. But there's some small burrs here. It's the same for this one. And also down here. So you have actually two screws which are quite annoying, especially this here in the top of the joystick. And I think, yeah, they should maybe use a smaller screw so that it will be countersynced. It's just not okay. That was second thing on the transmitter. So let's have another look here. Turn on the transmitter. So it starts up normally. Everything works just like a normal radio. No problem, no issues there. There's sound, and set it up for English language. It could also be some other languages. One of the switches here has small quirks also. It's like it's half broken here. There's something wrong with this here. It has an extra click here. You can't see it, but I can feel it. So definitely this is just a bad half-bad switch here. It doesn't feel like this one here. Something wrong. This here works all okay. So that was the third fault here, I would say. And then we have another thing. It's really annoying. Let me show you. If you want to charge this, of course you will have to remember which port to open, because it's not clearly written here. You can maybe live with that. Let's try open this one. I'm sure it's the wrong one. Yes, of course it is. So it's flapping here around. It's not easy to close again. And you can see it's still half open here. But if you want to charge it, it's this port here. So we open here. Here we have the USB-C connector. And the problem is, it's not a big issue, but I don't think quality is okay. You see now I try to close it and you can clearly see it's open here. And then try to press it down. This time it seems to stay there, but sometimes seems like it wants to jump out again here. It's just poorly designed, this part here. It doesn't really fit or anything. And now it's the other one. You can see it's not aligned. Yeah, now this comes off. This rubber here on the back side. What is this one? Oh my god, for this price. No, it's not closed. You can see how long it takes just to put these caps here on, because it's just poorly designed. I think that's the best closing it can do. You can see it's still 1 millimeters raised here. It's not flush. What is this? And another, I'll show you another issue here. Let me so if I want to open here, I have turn off the transmitter again. I want to open here. It opens okay, but if you want to close it again, you can see it. Plastic does not really fit very well. I think I worked out how to do it now, but still, you can see here this is cumbersome, and try to open it. There's something that just not fits together. There's something wrong with the plastic parts. They don't align perfectly. For a transmitter of this premium price, I don't think this is okay. Can you see it again now? Where I fiddle around here. Yeah, and they, of course, both in a close position, and now you can see you have to fiddle around with this. So now it is closed again. This cover on the backlit here, this is also not fitting very well. So that was all the quirks. I would say this transmitter, this should really be refurbished by Graupner. This is not okay what they supplied here for this price. I would expect a near to perfect transmitter, and this is definitely not the case. Of course I can modify it myself. I could glue this here, probably will glue it so that it doesn't fall out. I can also probably do something about this screw head here. Let me show you a close look. You can see see it's out of focus. But this screw head is not flush with the joystick here. And you feel it, definitely you feel it here. So there are some small issues with this transmitter, and which is most certainly not okay for this price I paid. Way more than for any other transmitter I have ever purchased. Yeah, I think that was with the quirks what had small issues I have that transmitter. Other than that, everything works perfectly, no issues there. What I think I want to share with you also now is yeah, I just uploaded some photos. It's really old school, because if you want a logo here at the startup, it has to be matched exactly to a certain number of pixels in the X and Y direction, and if it has more or less pixel than that, transmitter don't want to accept it. So of course you can, it's just really old school. Why can't you just take any JPEG, PNG photo and add it? You have to rescale it to fit exactly this screen size here. Okay. So you can see the touch screen is something weird with it. Sometimes it's very sensitive, sometimes it's not. I can't tell you exactly why. It just doesn't work like your cell phone, mobile phone. Now you can see I touch very light. Everything seems okay, and then sometimes you feel it doesn't accept your touch. So there's something going on with the screen. Just some small annoying things. I think you can live with it, because you may not have to touch the screen all the time when you once have set up everything. But yeah, it is what it is. It's definitely not similar to your cell phone. Please don't believe that. It's way less responsive, this touchscreen here. Probably also cheaper than on your cell phone. So yeah. All the menus, I think you will quickly find out how to use it, but and there are some, not only some, there are many YouTube videos which clearly instruct you how to use this transmitter, and you will say, but I don't see any videos on the MC 32EX. No. And then this is because it's actually 100% similar, or 99.9% similar to the MZ or MC, like Zebra 32EX. And that's something that is a bit surprising when I followed this announcement from Graupner. I think it was announced almost 2 years ago that they will develop this MC32EX transmitter with this aluminium casing here. And I was thinking, wow, they are really making something new here. But in fact, they are not, because the housing, the casing here, this is from the MC32, which is a 12-year-old transmitter casing. And the electronics inside, it is almost 100% copy of the MZ32EX transmitter, which has been also on the market for several years now. You can find many of YouTube videos how to use it, so there's no need for me to show how to program it here, because it is identical. It is really identical with it. The only difference is you may have 1 or 2 extra knobs here compared to the MZ32X transmitter. And then, of course, the fact that this costs quite a bit more than its predecessor, both the MC32 and also the MZ32X. It's really a bit higher priced, this radio here. And for this, you of course get this different kind of housing, which is very nice. And I like it especially for controlling boats and vehicles, excavators and stuff like this, which I also have. And then it is really a nice design layout, but I think again, you can't say this is a new electronics. They have just added some more features, like you have here 3, and I don't know the MZ32EX if it also has 3 potentiometers here, sliding potentiometers. I can't remember, but it's still a 32 channel transmitter, and it is 32 channels that it transmits here, and this is done via something similar to SBOS. It's where it transmits 32 channels on one channel, and then you can extract the signals from that. Yeah. So it's old electronics. It's an old casing. Graupner combined it to a new product, but it is actually old school stuff they put into this transmitter, and then with some small quirks. So the big question is now, is it worth the money? I don't know how it's priced in your country. You can look it up. But would I buy it again here? To be honest, I think no, because it has some small issues that can be fixed, yes. But it is similar to some old school transmitters. Do I miss something here? Maybe not really miss something, but you could rework it. Could maybe consider using a better display. You could also consider using 2 displays, which they of course don't want, because it's a copy of the electronics from the MC32. So why should they do that? It has a lot of features and functions, and I will not go through all of them because you can really see on the other YouTube videos from the MC, MZ, M Zebra 32EX, what it all can do, and also how to program it and stuff like that. And it's an identical copy of the transmitter. So, yeah, just refer to that. The manuals here, I looked further into the details. You can see in one of my other videos that there's a lot of stuff stored in the radio here on the SD card inside the radio. And it's not identical if you look in the folders for the English versus German, France versions. Of course, I don't understand French, and some of the other language, so I haven't looked into these specifically. But I can see the best PDF files, the best manuals, is of course in the German version because it's a German manufacturer, and you can see this. In the English PDF files, something is missing, and then you also find a lot of stuff from the MZ32EX, and first I thought, what is this? This is not made for this transmitter, but now I understand it. It is actually for this transmitter because the electronics and the software and the user interface all is similar. It's identical to these two transmitters are just identical. So that explains why a lot of stuff is just copy paste from an earlier radio. And yeah, of course you can do this to save money, but I think it's exaggerating a bit from Graupner's side to state that they have developed something new here. No, they haven't. This is just a copy paste from existing products, and then they make some Frankenstein and took an old casing and some semi-old stuff from two transmitters they had in the program and combined it into this here. That's actually what happens here. And yeah, you can of course do that and save a lot of money on development cost. So Graupner did, and they also managed to supply something which is fully functional, operational. It does what it has to do, but I think it should really be reworked a bit by Graupner. Not that it's a huge catastrophe what I have shown you, but I think there are some small issues that Graupner definitely can rework. They can make the parts fit better together, and they should do so. And of course, they don't have to care about me, and they don't need to offer me some better solutions. I'm okay with this here. I will live with the quirks it has, just annoying quirks. And software side, it will be updated. I did one update already, and I can also see when I go into the Wi-Fi, there's another update ready. I think also that's why it's red here. Now again we have some problems here. Sorry. So I enable the Wi-Fi, then it will check for any updates. I will not update the radio while I'm doing here because it takes quite a while, I think half an hour. So okay, now we enable the Wi-Fi and info and updates here. And you can check it here if there are updates ready, and then there are updates. Okay, it says no. I'm too far away from my router, but when I go to the living room, it shows here a small icon in red that there's an update ready for it. I didn't want to update it because I saw someone else on Facebook reporting they had big issues when they tried to update it and they want to downgrade, go back to this version I have now. So I think I will just wait a bit because maybe there's some mistakes. Can also be just this one user who had issues. I don't know, but I will not update that radio right now. Yeah, but still, it's a 32 channel radio, and it's true 32 channels, and then you can say, but you don't have 32 switches, and even if you add all together here, this here, and here we have, and here on the side here, all this together is not 32. Yeah, and then you can maybe add here a few more. I think 7 more switches you can add here. You still don't get to 32. The last will be, you can say, software switches that will be displayed here. And then you can activate the switches via this panel. But it will be 32 channels that you can activate. I'm not sure if I ever will use all 32 channels because when you look on this boat here I have, whoops, sorry, I think I use 7, 8, 9 channels. Most of the channels I used for the sound module here, I will have to upgrade it because it's some old school stuff, so I will have to buy something that support this S-Boss. I'm not sure if Graupner calls it S-Boss. I think it's Futaba that call it S-Boss and Graupner something different. But it's a serial channel where all 32 channels are on what just one. And yeah, what do I have in this boat here? I think I have one channel controlling the servo, then I have 2 speed regulators for each motor inside here, and I have also a speed regulator for the bow thruster here. Then I have a speed regulator for the water pump here. And then I have where I can turn off multiple lights, searchlight, black, yellow, and light, black, green, sorry, red, green light, and also the interior lights. It's all connected via this DB9 connector here. And as said, most of the channels I use for the sound module here. Then there's also space in the boat here for expanding with more channels. Maybe I'll do it, maybe not, I'm not sure. I have so many other builds that I will complete during the years. I'm really looking forward to this tugboat here. I have actually 2 tugboats, also this Fairplay and this Smith Netherlands, and I have so many ships laying around here. Some stuff here, U-boat. I can't use the MC32 transmitter for the U-boat because 2.4 gigahertz does not go through water. So I have to use some old 40 megahertz radio signals. Down here is also a lot of boats. And here is my second most expensive transmitter from Futaba, also with color display, everything. Wow, it also cost a premium. And I have some other Graupner transmitter here. A lot of good stuff. I may make some videos with more details about it later. Here's one excavator I have, and also one here, not completely ready built, but some ships here, ship also, a lot of stuff. So I will definitely have to buy more receivers from Graupner, and I will still keep the radio, and I will probably be happy with this radio, but there's just some small issues where I think that's not okay for the price I paid for this, and they could easily fix it. Yeah, okay, I think I will complete this review here, and you can judge me for the quality of this here. That's fully up to you. Maybe later I will, in a couple of months, I will do further updates to this transmitter with more experiences. So thank you for now.